Hi, I'm Tracy. Welcome. If this is your first time here, this is a safe space. There will be no estranged children allowed to post here. There will not be bullying allowed. You are safe here to express your feelings and what particular part of an estrangement, what stage of the estrangement you are in. There are people who are just starting an estrangement. I have been in estrangement twice. This one has been for 4 years, almost 4 years coming up, and people who have been estranged for decades. So I want us all to be able to maybe get some wisdom by people who have been going through it in a long time, and maybe just be a flower that can grow through the cement, that we can find our happiness in the place we are now. So I highly recommend to you that you start at the beginning of my videos and watch them through. I have 4 children. I'm estranged from 3, and I tell the story of each child and um, a confrontation that they all came to my house to have. Tell a story about that, and now I'm picking up from where that left off. So I got to thinking about the fact that my kids were here, all able to confront me with the issues they had, what had hurt them, what was lingering pain, and my job was to hear, listen, and even if I didn't agree um, with whatever their reason was, I remembered it differently, or there was a backstory to it that the child didn't know. Um, my job was to understand that they're allowed. I've always raised my kids telling them you cannot tell somebody that they don't have a right to their feelings. You can't do that. Everybody has the right to their feelings. You might not agree with their opinion, their feeling about a situation, but you can hear what they're saying, understand how they've taken it, and get a little better understanding of the situation. So they had their chance to do that. As I said in my previous video, we never had the chance to talk about my son's wife, who had been the reason for 2 estrangements to kick off. So my husband and I talked about what had happened, and we talked about, what we thought, where we wanted to go, and this. Was it good enough to be the one who had the come to Jesus moments and zip it and continue on playing a game that I didn't know the rules to, and the rules changed, and the mile markers changed, and at any moment I could have the people I love the most ripped out of my life. At any moment over something as trivial as a news article about baby food, being tainted with unhealthy things, um, poisons, and um, and somehow that broke a rule because that person, for some reason, made it about her. They said that I was putting down her parenting when we did nothing but praise them in their parenting. It took them 7 or 8 years to even have a child. Um, and I thought that they were great parents, really good parents. Their child was healthy, happy, thriving. He was born at 27 weeks. He had all the medical care he needed. Um, I we had never ever judged their parenting in any way. They did what they had to do, and and I didn't have any idea what their child had eaten. Did I want to walk on eggshells? Did my husband and I want to walk on eggshells? Keep our mouth shut. Be verbally, mentally, emotionally abused, or us being afraid of what could happen to us? Did we want to be the kind of grandparents that couldn't put our whole heart into being a Gigi and a J-Paw? Our whole heart. Fill them with love and security and family and wholeheartedly love everything about them? Or did we want to be grandparents that locked our heart because we were afraid to love them? Because we were afraid that our hearts would be ripped out again? Would we hold back our feelings? Would we maybe not say, I love you as much as we wanted to? Would we not see them as often as we would like and not be grandparents that they deserved? They do deserve? Did we want to put them in the position again to be weapons? My granddaughter was old enough to know that we were really close and that she loved her J-Paw. My husband, she loved her J-Paw so much. And we loved her so much. The last Christmas we ever spent together was perfect. All, like, three of my kids were here. My oldest one lives in Arizona. They brought their husband or their boyfriend and children. We played games. We did, like, I can't think what they're called. Those white elephant exchanges. And they spent the night, and we got up the next morning, and it was magical. It was magical. Our our granddaughter, um, she knew there were presents, but what we did was we set up a waffle bar, and she was so excited about this Guava bar, she yelled. Wackles! Wackles! The thought that she would start to wonder where we were, why we weren't at her birthday, why we didn't spend another holiday together, why she didn't get to FaceTime me all the time and take the phone and walk me through the house and show me her dogs. Did we not love her anymore? To have her wonder if we didn't love her anymore is unbearable. Unbearable. And we agreed that we couldn't live like that. Couldn't live like that again. That playing this game with changing rules and the threat of danger so that we could get a ray of sunshine every once in a while. It felt impossible. I couldn't bear to have my grandkids ripped away again. So I sent them in a group text. I sent them a text message and it said, I, I can't, we can't, this can't go on. Hello, Tracy, spit it out. That wasn't what that meeting, that whatever you guys were doing wasn't enough. We didn't finish the conversation. We didn't talk about the the reason for the estrangements. In fact, we didn't even talk about the estrangement. You just told me, you guys just laid out what you needed to tell me and and what you needed to hear back. But nobody talked about the fact that this my this daughter-in-law was the cause of the estrangement. And that wasn't allowed to be talked about. I told them that's not going to be good enough. That's not good enough. We need some things acknowledged too. Your dad and I need some things acknowledged too. And that conversation did not go well. That conversation has some things said in it, like I said to my son, "Don't talk to me like I'm just shit on the bottom of your shoe." And he said, "Don't act like shit, and I won't step on you." He had been estranged from a grandfather on his father's side, biological father's side. He had been estranged from him when he died. And it was really hard for him to deal with. And I said to him, "Remember how you felt when your grandfather died and you were estranged. Remember that feeling because that's what the road you're going down again. I had been very sick at the time, very sick. Um, I was fighting a bacteria that was becoming resistant to every antibiotic that I was given. I was hospitalized every couple months, every few weeks even. I had sepsis all the time and was home with health nurses and pick lines that I could get hard antibiotics every day at home through a pick line. If you don't know what a pick line is, they put a line from your arm, goes up here, goes down by your heart, and um, a little thing sticks out, and then you can put your medication in it. Um, so I knew that I had been sick. I mean, he knew it. He said to me, "What am I supposed to do? Pray for your ninth case of being hospitalized for sepsis?" Well, I yes, I his response to me when I said, "Remember how it feels," was, "I've already mourned the death of my mother. I'll be fine." These are things that you can't take back. These are things that you can't unhear. He made fun of my depression. Um, I had been struggling with my mental health and didn't feel much like sticking around. You know what I mean? He made fun of that. And I was angry. I was angry at these comments. I was so mad. And I reacted in anger. I reacted in anger. And we hurt each other. And then every way of communicating with my oldest daughter and my oldest son was cut off. No social media, no email, no phones, completely cut off. To the point where both my son and his wife, and my older daughter and her husband, kept pregnancies from us. We only found out because my youngest daughter was still talking to us and my youngest son. And they had gotten to the point that, well, you know what? I'm going to do another video on that next time. Um, that's really a whole different subject, a whole different topic. It'll take its own time to tell that story. So what I'm going to do is leave you here right now. Um, look for my videos to come up. Please, please subscribe to this channel. Please leave comments. Please give this video a thumbs up. All these things will not only help my channel, but will help to build a community where we can support each other and show grace and kindness to people who are going through one of the hardest things you can go through, a mourning process of someone who is still alive. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you on the next video.